Good morning, good afternoon, dear children. So, this is the continuation of last class. Last class we were learning about uses of some common non-metals that we use in our daily life. And last class we learned about the uses of carbon. The form of carbon, the pure form of carbon. They are diamond, graphite and coal. These three are the purest form of carbon. And diamond has shine because of its internal reflection. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Then coal is used for decolorizing sugarcane juice and all, for making sugar. Then today we will be learning uses of chlorine. So chlorine is a greenish-yellow poisonous gas. Chlorine is a greenish-yellow poisonous gas with a pungent and suffocating smell. If you really face chlorine gas, if you happen to get the fumes of chlorine gas, then it is pungent and you feel like you are struggling to breathe. So it's suffocating, and the smell is really very pungent. It's unbearable smell it has got. It is fairly soluble in water, but if you pass this chlorine gas over water, it will be soluble. Then in water, forming a pale yellow solution called chlorine water. If you pass chlorine gas over water, then the color of the water changes to pale yellow, and this water is called chlorine water. And chlorine is used, now the uses of chlorine is used for bleaching, as a bleaching agent for cotton and jute fibers. Mind you, bleaching is the process of removing natural color. Bleaching is the process of removing natural color. Bleach. To bleach means to remove natural color. So, chlorine can be used as a bleaching agent for cotton and jute fibers. Then, it is used in the sterilization. What is sterilization? The process of killing germs. The process of killing germs is called sterilization. So it is used in the sterilization of drinking water and swimming in water, as it kills all kinds of germs. So the water that comes through PHE is sterilized water, because chlorine is passed on this water. It is chlorinated water because there is chlorination tank. So it is chlorinated water, that means water free from germs. Because chlorine, as I have said you, chlorine is a poisonous gas. So this poisonous gas can kill all kinds of germs. So the water that we are drinking is chlorinated water, and the water that is used in swimming pool is also chlorinated, so that the germs may not grow. Then it is used in the manufacture of hydrochloric acid. One of the mineral acid, very strong mineral acid is hydrochloric acid. And for making this acid, chlorine gas is used. It is used in the manufacture of, again, this chlorine, though it is very poisonous, though it is harmful gas, but then also it has got many uses. Then it is used for making insecticides and pesticides because of its pungent, suffocating smell, because of its pungent and suffocating nature. It is used as insecticides and pesticides, such as DDT. DDT, it is the short form of dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. Dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. And BHC, benzene hexachloride. BHC, benzene hexachloride. Then comes uses of iodine. We write iodine as I2 because it is diatomic element. Iodine is a brownish gray crystalline solid. Again, chlorine is yellow poisonous gas, but iodine is a brownish gray crystalline solid. Iodine is solid non-metal. Most of the non-metals are liquid and gaseous only. But few are liquid and few are solid, and one of the solid non-metal is iodine. And iodine is lustrous also. Being non-metal, iodine is a lustrous non-metal. So if someone asks you a question like name lustrous non-metal, then don't say that non-metals are non-lustrous. Of course you will be right if you say non-metal are non-lustrous, but there are exceptions. For example, graphite is also lustrous, and then iodine is also lustrous. It is soluble in alcohol. It is soluble in alcohol. That means if you mix it with alcohol, it will get soluble. It will not form different layer. Then and potassium iodide solution, and it is soluble in potassium iodide solution also. But if you put iodine in the water, it will not mix up. It will form different layer. It will form different layer. That means it is insoluble to water but soluble to potassium iodide and alcohol. It is used for making photographic films. It is used for making photographic films in the form of silver iodide. So previously, now also we can. So this for making these photographic films, iodine was used in the form of silver iodide. Silver iodide is used for taking out the photographic image, photographic film. But nowadays we do not take out the photos, and whenever we take out the photos, we use this only. It is used for making tincture. Iodine used as an antiseptic. It is also used for making iodex, used as pain reliever. So this iodine has a tremendous use in the field of medicine. Tincture iodine. It is the mixture of alcohol and iodine. Whenever we have injury and whenever we go for dressing, then sister nurses, they apply one liquid which is somewhat yellow, brownish yellow color liquid. That is tincture iodine, and it is antiseptic. It is antiseptic. And another use of iodine is iodex, which is used as pain reliever. Then iodine is required in a very small quantity in the form of iodized salt. Even in our diet we need iodine so that it helps in the proper functioning of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, which is situated in our neck. And lack of iodine in our diet causes goiter. So iodine, a small amount of iodine is used in the form of iodized salt in our diet in order to make sure that our thyroid gland work properly. Then uses of nitrogen. It is used to prepare ammonia, which helps in making fertilizers. So uses of nitrogen, it is used for preparing ammonia, which is used for making fertilizers. It is used to make explosives. Even nitrogen is used for making explosives, and also used to preserve biological samples. Nitrogen is somewhat inert, somewhat stable. That's why it is used for preserving biological samples also. It is filled in food packets. It is filled in food packets and oil tanks to provide inert atmosphere. As I said you, nitrogen is somewhat stable. It neither burns nor supports combustion. It neither burns nor helps in combustion. So this nature of nitrogen, and again, whenever there is nitrogen, the process of oxidation does not take place that much. That means it reduces the oxidation process, and because of this, the snacks, the food packets are filled with gas, and inside that there is no air, there is nitrogen gas, which does not allow oil to react with oxygen, forming rancid. Okay, so what is the function of nitrogen gas kept inside the food packet? In order to reduce, it reduces oxidation. It reduces oxidation. It does not allow the food, the oil present in that food, to get rancid. Then liquid nitrogen is used in hospitals for storing human body tissues and blood. Liquid nitrogen is used in hospitals for storing human body tissues. Human body tissues and blood is stored in hospital in liquid nitrogen. Then uses of oxygen, as you are very much familiar with the uses of oxygen. Number one, it is used by animals and plants for breathing. Patients suffering from respiratory problems are provided with oxygen from oxygen-filled cylinders in hospitals, because oxygen, whenever we inhale oxygen, this oxygen combines with the digested food in order to release energy. So without oxygen, we cannot release energy out of food. Okay, so we eat food in order to get energy. And unless we inhale oxygen, unless this oxygen combines with digested food, we do not get energy. So in order to get energy, we need oxygen. And for this purpose only, patients are also given oxygen from the cylinders in hospitals. Liquid oxygen is used as rocket fuel. Liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen is used as fuel for rocket. Whenever they combine, they undergo exothermic reaction, releasing a lot of heat, which helps in the movement of rocket. And even deep sea divers use a mixture of oxygen and helium for respiration. Number 5, a mixture of oxygen and acetylene. Acetylene is organic compound. A mixture of oxygen and acetylene is used to produce acetylene flame, which is used for molding and cutting metals. You have seen people cutting the metal, cutting iron, welding iron, and for this cutting and molding of the metals, it is done by using a flame, using cylinders. Okay, and one cylinder contains acetylene gas and one cylinder contains oxygen. And the mixture of this oxygen helps in burning of this acetylene, which has a very high temperature. Okay, very high temperature, and it can cut metals and it can mold metals. You have seen this word. Welding, cutting, and all of the metals you have seen. So this flame is called acetylene flame, and this is used for molding and cutting metals. So this is also the use of oxygen. Then comes sulphur. What is the symbol for sulphur? S. Sulphur is a pale yellow solid. Sulphur is again a solid. Sulphur is again a solid. Iodine is solid, sulphur is solid, and carbon is also solid, non-metal. It is insoluble in water, so sulphur do not get dissolved in water. It do not get dissolved in water. It is insoluble in water. It settles down. It reacts with metals to form sulfate. Whenever it comes in contact with metal, it forms sulfate. Sulphur is used in the manufacture of sulfuric acid and fertilizers. Sulphur is used in the manufacture of sulfuric acid. There are 3 mineral acids, 3 important mineral acids. They are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid. So this sulfuric acid is made using sulfur, and even there are some sulfates, fertilizers, ammonium sulfate and all. These are made by using sulfur. It is used as fungicide and insecticide. Even sulfur is used as fungicide, which kills fungus, and insecticides, which kills insects. Sulfur is used in vulcanization. Vulcanization, what is vulcanization? Vulcanization is the process of adding sulfur to rubber. It is the process of adding sulfur to rubber. Why to add sulfur to rubber? So that the rubber becomes more durable. It is generally done in case of tire, so that the tire may be durable. So vulcanization, this process vulcanization is used generally for making tire, so that the tire runs for longer time, so that it is more durable. So it is mixed, it is added with sulfur, and the process of adding sulfur with rubber is called vulcanization. Then uses of hydrogen. It is used as fuel in space rockets. As I said, liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen is used as fuel for rockets. It is used in food industries for hydrogenation of vegetable oils to prepare vegetable ghee. I think you have heard the name dalda. So this dalda is vegetable ghee, fat out of plant vegetable ghee. So how is this vegetable ghee prepared? This vegetable ghee is prepared by reacting vegetable oils with hydrogen. Reacting vegetable oils with hydrogen. Hydrogenation means addition of hydrogen. So hydrogen is added to vegetable oil in order to get dalda or vegetable ghee. And another, it acts as a reducing agent. Reducing agent means it gives electron. It gives electron, or rather you can say it helps in removing oxygen. It helps in removing oxygen. The agent, the chemical substances that helps in the removal of oxygen is reducing agent, and is also used in preparing fertilizers like ammonia. This much for today. Thank you.